Unlock the secrets of success in your life with Dr. Jamone Glenn. As your personal leadership coach, he'll propel you beyond limits, guiding you to pursue greatness. Gain access to the kingdom keys and insights to ignite wisdom in your life each week on Wisdom Wednesday.
What up, everybody? Good evening. Good evening. Say hello to me when you come in and let me know where you're coming in from. As always, it's Wisdom Wednesday, and I'm so glad that you joined me. Whether you're watching live or later, check in when you come in and say hello to me. All right. Today, we're going to lock in on wisdom of instruction, and I'm so excited to be with you tonight. Y'all don't miss. Thank you for keep showing up. Every time I wonder if I should do it again, y'all show up and say, of course you got to do it again. Tonight, as always, Proverbs says that wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom. And in all you're getting, do what? Get an understanding. And then James said, if anybody lack wisdom, all you got to do is ask God, who gives it to us freely, liberally, without restraint. As always, y'all, when you chime in and say what we say, let's say, God, give us wisdom. We put a demand on the wisdom of God tonight. We pray that you would give us wisdom, give us clarity, give us understanding. God, give us wisdom. Tap it in, write it in, and share. Tell everybody, we're not going to be here long. You're going to have to watch it live. You're going to have to watch it later. And yes, you can watch it again and again and again. The wisdom of instruction is what we're going to get into. Anybody besides me, a life learner. I am a life learner. I don't just want to hoard information. I don't want just knowledge. I want applied knowledge, which is wisdom. I'm a life learner. I'm curious. I want to learn. I want to grow. I want to know what I don't know. Anybody besides me that's curious, God, give me wisdom. Let me know what I don't know. Help me to grow as I go. All right. The wisdom of instruction is what we rocking and locking in with tonight. The wisdom of instruction. I believe God's going to give us clarity, supernatural understanding tonight. Somebody's going to get a breakthrough in the area of wisdom. You're going to know, I believe, I sense you're going to know what to do when we are done. Question that we asked on Sunday: what's in your hand? What's in your hand? What are you holding? What talent? What skill? What ability? When I ask it, go ahead, talk to me. What's in your hand? What talent? What skill? What ability? What is it that God has put in your hand? What is he giving you to do? Sometimes it's overlooked. Sometimes it's underused. Sometimes it's misunderstood, right? What has God given you to do? Giving you so you can do what he's asking you to do. What's in your hand? What talent? What skill? What ability? Hey, Lisa, what talent? What skill? What ability? What has he put in your hand? And what has he asked you to do with what he has given you? We're in a new series called You Got This. And we're talking about underused, undervaluated things that God gives us, and then gives us an instruction to do it. And when we follow that instruction, he puts his super on our natural, and it blows our mind. Feeding the homeless, teaching and encouraging people, publishing a book. I see you. Come on. What is in your hand? What is God giving you to do? What talent, what skill, what ability has he giving you? And what is he asking you to do with it? So we talked about Moses Sunday. And so for Moses, it was a staff, something that Moses had with him all the time. That was underestimated, that he had no idea the capabilities that he was carrying. He saw it as one thing, and then God revealed to him that it was something else. I'm believing that tonight God is going to reveal to you and show to you that something that you've been carrying, something you think is one thing, is literally something else. My God, somebody already sowing a seed tonight on the word of the Lord. Listen, what you think is one thing may and be something else. Who is Moses in this scenario? Moses is us. And Moses carried a staff that he carried with him his whole time while he was a shepherd at his father-in-law's land. And he was functioning in one element of his assignment that literally was preparing him for the rest of his life. And so while we are in this path, in this place, Moses has this staff in his hand while he's talking to God, and God is giving him this instruction that he wants to send him to be a deliverer and reveal to him that he has everything he needs to do everything he needs. Can you type, I have everything I need to do everything I need? Come on, to do. You have everything you need to complete everything, to complete the assignment that God has for you. And I know some of you are saying, yeah, but I still like this. I like this. But I'm going to tell you that God never leaves you with nothing. He just has to give you a revelation of what it is that you have. Whenever God gives you an instruction, you are fully equipped, you are called, you are anointed for it, and he's just waiting to give you an awareness of what it is that you possess. And I believe that somebody tonight is going to get a revelation of something that they possess, that they are going to understand how to move with. Back to the story. So Moses is being called to be a deliverer. God reveals to him that he has in his possession something that God's going to use in this process of deliverance. What's that in your hand, Moses? It is a staff. He said, throw it down. He throws it down, and then it turns into a snake. He says, now grab it by the tail, pick it up, and it turns back into a staff. And so in the moment that he's having this dialogue with God, God starts to use something that he's holding in his hand to reveal something else that he's about to do with it. And so Moses has been carrying this all the time with no idea the magnitude, the weight of what he's holding. And I believe tonight that God is going to show you the weight, give you a revelation about what you've been holding, what you've been possessing, so that when you get ready to move in the direction in your action season and go after what God is calling you to do, he's going to do something supernatural through something that you already have. You see, I heard a wise man say that every problem is a wisdom problem. Every problem is a wisdom problem, which means that if I have a problem in front of me, I just need to have the wisdom, the applied knowledge to understand and to know how to move and how to function. God, if you have me here, what am I supposed to do next? God, in this season, what am I supposed to do next? Lord, what am I supposed to do with what I have? I hear you. I sense you. I feel you pushing me, provoking me, prodding me, asking me, but Lord, I don't know how to move. And that's when you pull on the wisdom of God, and God will begin to reveal to you what to do with what you have. Come on, God's going to reveal to you what to do with what you have. He will reveal to you what to do with what you have. Moses, Exodus 4:2, the Lord said to Moses, what's that's in your hand? He said, it's a staff. It's a staff, he replied. This staff Moses been carrying all the time. He just had no idea of the power that was what was in his possession. He had no idea how much power he had in his possession. And so God gets ready to reveal to him what he's holding and what he's carrying. He says, Moses, what's that in your hand? And I asked you at the beginning, what is it that you're holding and what it is that you're carrying? And remember, whenever God asks you a question, it's not because he doesn't know the answer. God is all knowing. He's omniscient. He knows the answer. He asks rhetorical questions because he wants to know if you know the answer. And so when you answer, respond back to God, then God will give you a revelation on your response. And I believe that he's about to give you a revelation about your book, about your ministry, about your assignment, about your family, about your money, about the things that he's been revealing to you. What's that in your hand? What are you holding? What are you carrying? And what are you willing to do with what you have? There is power in your possession. Come on, I need somebody to tag somebody and tell them there's power in your possession. You know, well, how you doing? Oh man, if I had your hand. No, you don't need my hand. You have your own hand, and there is something in your hand that God is about to multiply. There is something, I feel it, in your hand that God is about to use for his glory. He's going to give you revelation because there is power in your possession. Somebody type, I have power in my possession. Come on. I have power in my possession. Moses said, oh, this is a staff. God said, oh, you have no idea. Come on. I have power in my possession. Oh, this is just a staff. No, 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 no. You have no idea the power that is held, not just in the staff, but in the God of the staff, the rod of God, the force of favor, the force of faith and favor that's behind what it is that you're carrying. Come on, I need you to declare it. That's right. I see it. I have power in my possession. 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 Why? Because God never leaves you with nothing. He always leaves you with the seed. He always leaves you with something that he wants to reveal that is more than what you thought it was. I got a witness. I have power in my possession. And now God is ready to use something that you perhaps thought was so small, so insignificant. And he's going to do something big and something significant with something small, a little thought, a little idea, your little business, whatever. This little thing that you have been working and carrying and perfecting and always been the go-to for, and people reaching out to you and always want to know, and he's going to anoint that, and he's going to give you understanding of what it is that you've been carrying. I believe that you never really know what you have until you're under pressure. Where my people at? Come on. You never really know what you have until you're under pressure, until you have to produce, until you have to show up, until you ran out of what you thought you needed to make that particular recipe, only to find that your substitute ingredients absolutely taste better in it in the first place. Y'all, where the cooks at, huh? You never really know what you have until you're under pressure. And so when you're under pressure, God gives you a revelation about what you've been carrying. It is Moses that is now in this moment. And while he's in this moment, this staff that he's been carrying all the time, this staff that he just got through performing miracles in front of Pharaoh, to this staff that God used to be a tool of deliverance for him to lead the children of Israel out of bondage and out of captivity into the promised land. This staff, this thing that he's mastered carrying the whole time, now he's in a moment where he's under more pressure than he's ever been under before. The pressure of the responsibility responsibilities of his house, the pressure of his children going to college, the pressure of paying all the bills, the pressure of being responsible for your loved one, the pressure. Come on, y'all know what it's like to be under pressure, the pressure to get the promotion, the pressure to move forward in whatever it is that God is trying to do. And now Moses is standing here under pressure with the army of Pharaoh chasing behind him, and he runs in front with the Red Sea in front of him, and Moses is standing in the middle. The Red Sea in front of him, Pharaoh behind him. Moses is in the middle with all the children of Israel. Somebody's type pressure, pressure, pressure. Come on. If you know what it's like, type pressure, 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 pressure. But here's what you got to know about pressure. Pressure produces power. Come on here. Pressure produces power. Pressure produces power. Some things are not needed to be revealed until they're under pressure. You know, diamonds don't reveal themselves until they're under pressure. Pearls are not released until they're under pressure. The contents of a seed is not released until it's under pressure. Under pressure, pressure produces power. And so now Moses has this staff with him that is symbolic of the signs and the wonders of God, the favor of God, his history with God. He's standing here in this moment of pressure, and this staff is now a representation that God is with him. Whatever you've been carrying and whatever you've been holding, it is a representation that God is with you. Whatever you've had along, whatever has you holding in your hand is a representation that God is with you. I want you to say, God is with me. God is with me. He's putting his super on my natural, and you are not alone in this moment. This staff is a representation that God is with him and that God's hand is on him. It is going to use this as a tool to accomplish this mission. And I'm telling you that whatever God's put in your hand, he's about to use as a tool to accomplish what he's called you to do. Here it is, Exodus 14:15 through 16. Then the Lord said to Moses, while Moses is in the pressure point, he says, why are you crying out to me? Why are you crying out to me? God says to him. He says, tell the Israelites we moving forward. Raise your staff, verse 16. And I say to you that's listening to me, raise your staff, raise your talent, raise your gift, raise your ability, raise your expectation, raise your favor, raise your voice, raise your thinking, raise your mentality, raise your understanding, raise your gift, raise what you have, raise your staff, and stretch out your hand over the sea and divide the water so that the Israelites can go through on dry ground. When you raise it up, everybody that's with you is coming through. When you raise it up, everybody that's with you gonna benefit. When you raise it up, somebody is looking for what you have. When you raise it up, somebody is searching for what you possess. When you raise it up, somebody is seeking you out. When you raise it up, your name is about to come up. When you raise it up, your email is coming forward. When you raise up, the check is about to be released. When you raise it up, they've been looking for you. You have the answer that they have been looking for. It's been in the power of your possession. And he says, raise it up. They're going to walk through on dry ground. Why? Because the miracle that you're waiting for is in the instructions that you follow. Many of you are sitting here saying, God, what do I do with this? God says, I'm going to give you wisdom and I'm going to give you instruction. When I give you wisdom and give you instruction, I'm going to reveal to you that what you have is what you need. God, help me. What you have is what you need. What you have is what you need. You just don't know what to do with what you have. You've been holding on to it. You've been sitting. You've been playing it small. You've been falling back. You've been you've been procrastinating. God says what you have is what you need. Why are you crying out to me? Raise your staff. Raise your expectation, because the miracle that you're waiting for is in the instruction. The instructions you follow determines the future you receive. The instructions you follow determines the future you receive. The instructions you follow determines the future you receive. And the question is, can you obey a crazy instruction? Can you obey a crazy instruction? Something that may not make sense. Raise my staff, Moses could say. I'm standing at the Red Sea. Raise my staff. What is a staff going to do with all this water? I got 2 million people behind me. Pharaoh coming after me. The chariots are on my tail. This staff is going to part this water? No. God is going to part the water, but your obedience is going to move God. Help me today. Help me today. Can you obey a crazy instruction? Can you obey a crazy instruction? Because the wisdom of instruction is not just having knowledge, it's having the faith to apply the knowledge. It's having the faith to apply the knowledge that you have. God is going to give you a revelation about your resources. Come on, I need you to type that down. You're about to get a revelation about your resources. And the question is, can you follow an instruction? Can you follow an instruction that to your natural mind may not make sense, to your intellectual thought may not be seeming like it connects? But how many of you know that God's ways are not our ways, his thoughts are not our thoughts, but they should be? Give me the mind of Christ. Help me to apply my faith to my future so that I can have and possess what it is that you're calling me to do. The wisdom of instruction is that it gives you instruction, and instruction is what you don't know that you need to know and what you need to do with what you have. Instruction is what do I know, what don't I know about what I need to know, and what do I do with what I have. The second thing, it gives you insight. Whenever God gives you an instruction, it gives you insight, gives you insight. You can see what others can't see. Moses is standing there, he can see what they can't see. He's in a position where they don't have the same perspective. They don't have the same perception. Him asking for counsel from them doesn't make any sense because they don't see what he see. He asked God, and God said, what you talking to me for? I already put you in position and gave you insight. I'm elevating your thinking, giving you insight. Number 3, it gives you information that you do not have. We got to go, y'all. It gives you information that you did not have. When God gives you wisdom, it gives you instruction, it gives you insight, and it gives you information. God, give us instruction, give us insight, and give us information. Give us intel, supernatural intel. You're in the future. I'm trying to get there. Show me what I need to know to get where you are. You're already there. I'm here. You're there. You're calling me to come where you are. Show me, tell me, give me, lead me, guide me. Let me know what I need to do in order to do what you're asking me to do and to get me to come where you need me to go. It's not that you don't know what to do, it's that you do not have the courage to do what God is telling you to do. The crazy thing that he may be telling you to do. He's about to give you a revelation about your resource. I got to go. He's about to give you a revelation about your resource. Put his super on your natural. When God gives you wisdom, he gives you 3 things. He gives you instruction, he gives you insight, and he gives you information. Somebody say, God, give me instruction, give me insight, and give me information. But here's the thing. You can't just sit on it. When he gives it to you, you have to be willing to do what he told you to do. 2 Kings, the 4th chapter, and on my way out, the woman is about to die, and the prophet comes to her. The woman's in debt. The prophet comes to her. He said, what do you have in your house? She said, nothing but a little oil. Nothing but a little oil. You should have never said but a little oil. Conjunction, junction, what's your function? But a little oil. Okay. He says, now let me give you insight. Let me give you information. Let me give you instruction about what you don't know. Take the oil. Take the little bit of oil. Go get some pots. Borrow not a few. Up and down. Bring it back. Close the door. Get in the door, you and your sons. Start to pour. When you start to pour, pour till you don't have no more. Pour till you don't have no more. This doesn't make sense. It doesn't seem like it's possible. It doesn't seem like it can happen. But follow the instruction because he's giving you insight and information. That woman pour. Then I love this part that everybody missed. When she finishes pouring, she goes back to the man of God and says, "What do you want me to do now?" Because people love to get the insight information and instruction and never come back to where they got it from. They love to get it and run with it and never come back to where they got it from. She comes back to him. She said, "What do you want me to do now?" He says, "Go and sell the oil, and here's the word, and live off the rest." My God, you ready to live off what you didn't think you had enough of? You ready to live off of what you didn't think you had enough of? Nothing but a little oil. That man turned that woman into the oil lady. She became an entrepreneur. She became debt free. And after she became an entrepreneur and debt free, she kept selling the oil and lived off the rest. I'm telling you, God's about to give you a revelation about your resources. The wisdom of instruction is that it gives you instruction, insight, and information, but can you obey a crazy instruction? I know I went crazy. I gotta go. Here's the thing. When God's going to give you a revelation about your resources, you're going to do more with less. You'll do more in less time. You'll do more with less resources. You'll do more with less relationships. You don't need everybody. You just need the right somebody. And God's going to connect you when he can trust you to obey the instructions that he gives you. What good is it for him to give you more information if you haven't done nothing with the last instruction that he gave you? I believe this is your action season, and God's going to give you revelation about your resources. He's going to show you what's in your hand. He's going to show you how to turn that $5 into 50. He's going to show you how to turn that $50 into 500, that $500 into 5,000. He's going to show you how to turn that $20 into 200, that $50 into 500. He's going to show you how to turn that $500 into 5,000, into 5,000, into 500,000. I believe that God is going to give you a revelation about your resources and show you what you did not know and teach you what to do. But can you obey a crazy instruction? The wisdom of instruction is not just knowing what to do, but is being willing to obey what you know that you're supposed to do with what you have. No more complaining, no more lack. This is your action season. Congratulations in advance. I'm looking forward to what God's about to reveal to you and show you in your life. He's going to give you a revelation about your resources. Yes, he is. I believe it. He's going to show you and give you a revelation about your resources. I love y'all. I'm praying for y'all as always. If this blessed you, share. Tell somebody so where you grow. Some of y'all sow before I already got started. So now, so later. It doesn't matter if you're listening live or you're listening later. So where you grow. Share, and say so. Hey, y'all, my baby boy is graduating from the 8th grade today. I am about to go to his graduation and celebrate him. I'm so excited and I'm so thankful to God for everything that he's done. He's my miracle baby. And that's right. He's graduating from 8th grade and I'm about to go celebrate him. I had to pause for the calls and jump in with y'all. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for saying so. Ooh, I got a little sweat there. Thank you for saying so. And thank you for sowing. God's going to give you a revelation about your resources. He's going to show you what to do with what you have. And you're going to realize that you had it all along. You're going to realize you had it all along. Thank you so much for the seeds that you sown. Some of y'all been sowing seeds since before I talk, but that's right. He's going to show you how to turn that 20 into 200, that 50 into 5,000, that 200. And come on, God's going to show you that you have what you need to do what he's asking you to do. I receive it. May it come back to you. Good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. May God bless you 100-fold for every seed that you have given and every seed that you have sown, whether you're watching live or watching later. Hey, go ahead and do it. Obey a crazy instruction. Peace. God bless you. And I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.